Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for this plan with me. For this week I'm using a kit from Miss Meow. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called and I don't have it anywhere nearby, so I will pop the name of the kit in the description box. Apologies for any background noise. The neighbours are being extremely loud this evening, playing in paddling pools and all sorts of stuff. We're surrounded by kids. It's my worst nightmare, as you can imagine, given our personal choices. But no, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. So I can't blame people for wanting to be outside, and kids will be kids. But sincerest apologies if you can hear any craziness in the background, because even with every window and door shut, it's still really loud. My goodness, the weather here, I have been so lazy with everything, but with planning included, because it's just so disgustingly hot in the UK at the moment, and this isn't as hot as it will get. We'll have probably a cooler bout towards the end of the month, and then it will probably skyrocket for some of July and some of August to the mid-30s. And I'm dreading it. I'm absolutely dreading it. I can't cope in anything over 20 degrees, like max, and it's just disgusting. I just melt. I absolutely melt. It's disgusting. I feel gross all day. You can't shower enough to feel clean and to not feel just disgusting. So I'm not enjoying this weather at all at the moment. But I've just been so lazy with planning. Thank goodness I sort of planned ahead for a bit, because I had a couple of videos I say I planned ahead, I didn't plan ahead, but I had got so far behind that I had a couple of weeks of videos to go. But I've just fallen sort of behind again. I almost caught up. I got up to about a week before current events. And now I can feel myself sort of creeping back again, because I just don't do anything. I do not do anything. Part of it is the exhaustion and fatigue that comes with long COVID, but this heat is not helping. I just go to bed pretty much straight after work, and even if I don't sleep, I lie there for hours and hours and hours with the fan on, tossing and turning. But I am miserable at the moment. I really cannot cope with the heat. Everyone who talks about it, I'm just like, I hate it. So please excuse me if my videos are behind and I just sound miserable in any plan with these. It's just because I am miserable. I am miserable right now. I hate the heat. If I could live somewhere that was cold all year round, like I assume somewhere like Iceland is cold all year round, where they have that really beautiful spa in the middle of the snow, I would just thrive. I would absolutely thrive. I always have said that I prefer the cold weather, because you can put on as many layers as you like to be as warm as you like. You can make fire, you can get heaters, you can get warmers, hand warmers to go in your gloves and things. You can only take off so many clothes. And if you have to go to work and it's disgustingly hot and you still have to look professional, you are relying on an office to be reasonable enough to create a breathable temperature. And let me tell you, that is not something that happens in my office. It starts off very, very hot. The floor we were on, sorry, this is just me having a moan now, but on the floor we were on a couple of weeks ago, it would be boiling, and then about halfway through the day, they would put it down to like sub freezing. It was really cold, and you'd suddenly be like, oh my gosh, I only have a cardigan on me. And then we moved down a couple of floors, and it is stiflingly hot all day. So there's just no happy medium for me at the moment. I've got all the fans. My husband bought an aircon unit for his room. Who would have thought you would ever need that in the UK? Who would have ever thought you'd need an air conditioning unit in the United Kingdom? It's insane, absolutely insane. But here we are. But the good thing about summer is that we get to use these beautiful summer kits. Now, I won't, say that summer is my favourite time for kits, because I would actually say that winter is my favourite time for kits. I love every single Christmas kit, and I love every single winter, snowflakey, everything. I'm just a winter baby. I really am. It's all I want. All I want is snow and cold and comfort. But yeah, this is a really beautiful kit. I would say I'm still using spring kits through June. I think I've been pretty what's the word? I guess clear about my kit situation. I want to use up what I've got. I now at this point have one kit left to buy. I really want to buy lemon sorbet from Miss Meow. I just missed it in the Oops sale, even though I checked out super fast. It had gone already. And she only had one. So I do want to go back and buy that in a month or two when I have the budget for it. But only 1 week left to fill in my planner, so very happy with that. But I think that's why there's going to be a lot of spring feeling kits through June, is just because I want to be able to use them. And it still works in June. Obviously, this is a much hotter June. It's definitely the last 3 or 4 years. British summers have got noticeably hotter and hotter and hotter. And I just, like I just said, I don't like it. But the colours in this kit are gorgeous. It was another one where I was a bit concerned they were a bit bright, and perhaps they are a little bit bright for me, actually. Again, it's funny, in the base of a kit, colours look so different and so much softer, and then when you're using them as half boxes and quarter boxes and midi boxes, suddenly when they're all very bold, and that's what it felt like they were all very bold colours, suddenly you have to be really careful to make sure that they're balanced well, and I really struggled with that. I was having a look through my spreads over the last sort of 6 to 12 months, and I really noticed when I took the time away from filming for a couple of weeks and I really put the time into looking at how I wanted a spread to look, taking inspiration from Plans with Brit and her really minimalist style of planning, I definitely prefer how that looks. And I've just found myself, I think it's because I don't want to waste the floral deco, I'm sort of creeping back into that overdone too much on a page look, and I'm just now noticing, particularly in this spread, I was like, wow, okay, why does this feel so much more cluttered? And it's because I've moved away from that cleaner, more boxes and less stuff on the page. I think that's why I'm feeling that way. So I'm definitely, in my next spread, I'm using a kit that I actually cannot wait to use. It was the January mystery kit from Sadies Stickers, and it's gonna be like, it's a beautiful kit. I'm so excited to plan with it. But I think, again, there's that weird pressure when you've been so excited to use a kit and you've been building it up in your head for so long. And I know that Rachel did a plan with it, Gathered Plans did a plan with it recently, and she did a phenomenal job. And there's this weird like, I'm going to put this off until I really feel I can do it justice. That's what I'm feeling right now. So I'm sort of a bit intimidated by this really beautiful kit. But I will use it nonetheless. It is next in my rota of kits. But yeah, this is honestly a really beautiful kit. I think the colours threw me a bit because of how bold they felt as I was planning. And I think part of that is that I tried to do too much with the florals and it didn't work for me personally. This isn't how I want my spreads to look. But I love Miss Meow kits. I think the full boxes are some of the most beautiful boxes I've ever seen. The box with the flower shop in front of it on Wednesday, absolutely chef's kiss, gorgeous. The bench, the jeans, the little flower stall, the washi box, everything gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. In terms of actual plans this week, sorry, that was a lot of talk about stickers. Very boring start to the week with just general office days. I did a lot of planning on the bank holiday. We had the day off work on Monday. I got into The Night Agent. I watched Shiny Happy People because it had been doing the rounds on Instagram. And I just love that sort of thing. And that was really interesting. Not a whole lot of new information than what I was kind of aware of with these sorts of things already, but still interesting nonetheless. I broke my no spend on Thursday. I wanted to mark that. I put everything on Instagram that I bought, but I bought 2 kits from Paper Trail Plans and a kit from Two Little Bees, again for very particular weeks. I added a Disney countdown to my phone. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I am so excited and I'm just going to watch that countdown go down until the end of January. I cannot wait. On the weekend, we went away to the Cotswolds and it was honestly one of the best weekends away I've ever had. I mean, Lou and I don't go away much. We do big holidays. So, we did the Maldives for our honeymoon. We've got a big family holiday coming up in August. We're going to go to Mauritius in September and we're going to go to Disney in January. And then there will be another break from holidays. But we seem to put big gaps in between. So our honeymoon was November 2021. And we've just really struggled to sort of get things booked in. We're not very good at moving forward on stuff. I think we needed to recover a bit from the honeymoon. So we booked this sort of last minute. We booked it about a month before, and it was just wonderful. It was a really, really beautiful home. And an Airbnb that was just running next to the home. They had a hot tub, beautiful walks. We did a walk in the Malvern Hills, and obviously Wendy had an absolute whale of a time. The lady that was hosting had 2 collies, so Wendy was just on cloud 9 that whole weekend. She just kept looking for these dogs, and they were just going nuts in the garden. It was really, really nice. We did a hot pot on the Friday night. We took our hot pot from home. We took all the ingredients. We'd gone out specifically that day to pick out our favourite bits and pieces, and it was just absolute perfection. The pub lunch we had on Saturday, again, absolute perfection. Such a good meal. It was perfect. And then on Sunday we made sure to come home relatively early because we both agreed that we'd rather not be sat there thinking, oh my gosh, we're going home today. We thought, let's just get up, walk the dog, head off nice and early, and then we can just relax at home. You know, he wanted to mow the lawn, we wanted to play some computer games. I had a really long nap in the afternoon for about 5 hours, and it was just the most wonderful, dreamy weekend that we both agreed we really needed. So that will carry us through nicely until the end of August, when we do our crazy family cruise, and that will be a very interesting plan with me, I'm sure. So this is the whole spread. This is how everything came together. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me, and I will see you in the next one.